to your VINYASA practice. My name is Tessa Tovar. We will continue. Last week we started working focusing a little bit more on front body strength and length. We'll continue with that progression. You'll see a little bit of similarities, but if you weren't there last week, don't worry. All of this will be accessible to you today, and I'll walk you through it all. A couple of props that I suggest, well, at least one prop that I would please ask you to have is some pillows, or if you do have a bolster at home, you can grab your bolster. Otherwise, grab a pillow or two. This bolster, as you can see, is quite sturdy. So if it's a pillow, pillows tend to be much more cushy. I'd grab maybe 2 or 3 pillows. You can even use throw pillows like off of your couch or something, or a couch cushion. So have that, and just set it off to the side of your yoga mat. We'll come to that a little bit later in class. We're going to start out lying down on our bellies, just in this face down prone position, and start to work with the front body in this way. So elbows out wide. You can fold your hands underneath your forehead and just let your forehead rest here for a few moments. Just take a moment here to breathe into your body. Notice how you feel today. How does your body feel? What's your energy level like? And take about 2 to 3 more breath cycles in this position. With your next breath in, I'll ask you to kind of walk up into a pretty relaxed Sphinx pose. So you're resting the weight of your upper body on your elbows, forearms, and the palms of your hands. Keep your left forearm as it is. Bend your right knee so the right heel kind of moves towards the glute. And then take your right hand back. See if you can catch the outside of the right leg. Maybe it's the ankle, the top of the foot somewhere. And if that bind's not going to happen right away, don't worry about it. Just bend the knee, squeeze the heel towards the glute, and reach that right hand back. If you do have a hold of the hand, give a little pressure of, or a hold of the foot, give a little pressure of the foot into the hand. Turn the chest forward, press down into your left arm to lift your chest up. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out, release that right side. Just take a moment here, pause, breathe in, breathe out. And second side, so the right forearm can stay fairly relaxed, just leave it as is. As you bend that left knee, so the heel of the left foot squeezes towards the glute. If you get a little cramp, like I'm getting a cramp right now, just relax that left leg. Okay, and then when you're ready, if you're coming into this, left hand sweeps back. You can bind the hand to the outer foot, or you can just find this energetic reach. Really doesn't matter whether or not the bind happens, not really the goal. If it happens, it happens. Okay, so press down into your right forearm, bring the chest forward. If you have the bind, kick into the hand, take a deep breath in, take a deep breath out, and relax that left leg. Pause here again for another moment. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. A little bit more of an opener for the chest this time. Right elbow out to the right side, beyond the edge of the yoga mat. Palms still down, and look at that right elbow. See that it's just slightly above the shoulder. It's like half of a goalpost shape. Left hand as if you're coming into low cobra alongside the ribs. Look at those left fingertips and then press your way onto your right shoulder, right hip. So any amount here, you can keep it really relaxed. You can relax the right head down. If you need a visual, take a peek at me. Now the right hand, which is you're moving towards that right shoulder, press down into the right fingertips. So the right hand's active as if you were trying to like pull yourself up beyond the top of your yoga mat with your right hand only. So stay active through that right hand. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Come back through your center into that really relaxed wide elbow sphinx. And then second side. So the key here with this setup is that left elbow is above the left shoulder, just slightly, not below. Is the left elbow above the shoulder slightly, palm facing the floor, right hand as if you were coming into low cobra. Take a peek at your right fingertips, press down there, roll a little bit of weight onto your left shoulder, left hip, relax the left side of the head. This top leg, the right leg, it can do anything at once. I just kind of stretch my right leg back behind me. You can bend the knee and plant the foot if you want. You can stack the legs. Whatever you're doing, bring your awareness into your left hand. That's the side you're rolling towards. Kind of claw the ground with your fingertips as if you're pulling yourself above the top of your yoga mat. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more inhale here. And then roll your way back through center. 2 palms underneath the shoulders. Press your way up to tabletop. We'll warm up the wrist here for a few moments. So what I'd like you to do is take your hands, so the tops of your hands are down on the mat. The palms of your hands are facing your armpits. Okay, and that might be really intense, if there's not a lot of range of motion in your wrist. Maybe you just do it one hand at a time. Okay, whether there's 2 hands, palms facing your armpits, or just one hand, try curling the fingers into the palm of the hand and then opening the fingers out wide. And if you need to switch sides with the wrist, go ahead, switch sides. And again, spread those fingers out wide and then curl the fingertips into the palm of your hand. If you're doing it 2 hands all at the same time, just continue open and close those fingertips. Now both palms back to the mat. Walk the fingertips out to the sides. Continue walking fingertips back towards the knees, or just let your wrist or your elbows, your shoulders stop you wherever. So again, remember, palms are now facing the floor. We've flipped our wrist back, so the wrist facing the top of your mat, or maybe they're kind of facing each other. Take a few breaths here. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And then just for a moment, take the weight back into the heels, stretch the arms up and overhead, and you're just flicking your fingertips towards the ceiling as if you had water in your hand and you're trying to splash the ceiling with the water drops. Okay, so flick, flick, flick through your fingertips, reaching the arms up towards the ceiling. Keep flicking. Pretty quickly you'll start to feel wrist, forearms, fingers have this kind of burning sensation, which is a good thing. This is a great way to build strength for all those really intricate little muscles and tendons and ligaments around the wrist joint. 2 more breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. One more time, big breath in. And then release. Shake out your arms. Plant the palms, come to tabletop. So remember that scapular depression and extension. We move through scapula push-ups basically. So let the shoulders come together on the back, the chest moves towards the ground, just like you're hollowing out the upper back. And then on your exhale, press the floor away, you slightly round the upper back. You're not moving into a cat shape, you're just moving the scapula towards the ceiling, or the shoulder blades towards the ceiling. See if you can keep that and send your legs back into a high plank. So right foot steps back, left foot steps back. Find that high plank. Keep pressing the floor away. Keep lengthening out through the spine. Take a big breath in here. And on your breath out, lift the hips. Find your first downward facing dog. Bend the knees right and left. Relax the head.
Take a moment or two here to arrive into your body, into your practice. And notice how you feel here in this shape. How do your arms feel? Do you need to make any adjustments? How do your legs feel? Draw your awareness to the length of the spine, the tip of the tailbone reaching up towards the ceiling, the crown of the head relaxing towards the floor. Inhale, shift forward, find that high plank. And now hover your right foot away from the mat. Just a few inches, just hovering the right foot. You're in a three-legged high plank. You can stay there with that, or maybe you're popping up onto your left fingertips. And then maybe trying to extend the left arm forward. So right leg reaching back, left arm maybe reaching forward, or just kind of lifting and lowering it away from your mat. Left hand comes back down, right leg reaches up towards the ceiling, three-legged dog. Bend that right knee, open the right hip towards the ceiling. So three-legged dog with just a little simple twist. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Replace the right foot, downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale, shift forward, find that high plank. Pause in your high plank, float that left foot up, just a few inches away from the mat. You can always bring that right knee to the mat. You can always bring that right knee down. So three-legged high plank or supported with the knee down. Now maybe you pop up onto those right fingertips. You can play with balancing on left hand, right foot by stretching the right arm forward, continuing to reach that left leg back. Replace the right hand, reach that left leg up towards the ceiling. Three-legged dog, begin to bend that left knee, open the left hip towards the ceiling. Press down into your hands, find that simple little twist through down dog. Deep breath in. Breath out, replace that left foot, down dog. Relax your head here, take a breath in. Breath out, bend the knees, lift the heels, take the gaze forward. Walk your way up to the top of your mat. Top of the mat, relax the head, bend the knees, relax the arms, sway the body side to side. And so adding on a few lunging sun salutations just to establish some pace, some rhythm of breath to movement. Inhaling, fingertips to the shins, lengthen the heart forward. Exhaling, refold. Inhaling, press through the heel bones, stretch the arms forward and up, come all the way to standing. Exhale the hands to the heart. Inhaling, reach the arms forward and up. Exhale, fold all the way back in. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, right foot steps back, crescent lunge. Reach the arms forward and up. Right leg remains active and right knee remains lifted. Exhale the hands down, plant the palms. Step back to downward facing dog. Inhale and down dog. Exhale and down dog. Inhale, right foot steps forward. Crescent lunge, arms reach forward and up. Left leg active and engaged. Hands back down to the top of the mat. Step your left foot forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, refold. Root down through the heel bones, reach the arms forward and up. Exhale, fold all the way down, hinge from the hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, left foot steps back, crescent lunge. Same thing we just did, second side, left leg leads, arms reach forward and up. Left leg active and engaged. Hands come down to the mat. Step your right foot back, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale here. Inhale, step your left foot forward. Reach the arms forward and up. Crescent lunge. Right leg active, right foot pressing down. Hands come down, top of the mat. Step your right foot forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your arms forward and up. Exhale your hands to your heart. Inhale, arms reach forward and up. Exhale, fold all the way in. Okay, so now we'll add on to our sun salutations. From your forward fold, deep bend of the knees, sink the hips, hands come to the heart, lift the chest. Pause here for a moment in Utkatasana, chair pose. Feel the weight shift into the heels. Now on your exhale, hands down, keep lowering the hips, lower the hips until the heels have to lift. You're at a squat at the top of your mat. Come down to your back, all the way to your back. Extend your legs forward, both heels on the top of the yoga mat where you just came from. Arms wide out to the side. Deep breath in, root through your left heel bone, sweep your right foot up towards the ceiling. Flex your toes towards your face. Breathe in here. Breathe out, lower your right heel about 45 degrees away from the floor. Breathe in there. Breathe out, lower your right heel until it's hovering just above the mat. Breathe in. Breathe out, lower the right heel. Inhale, ground through your right heel as you sweep that left leg skyward. Flex the toes towards the face. You're not using your arms to help you at all. Active range of motion. Your hip flexor and your quadriceps are doing the work of lifting that left leg. Slowly lower that left heel until it's just hovering 45 degrees above the mat. Pause, breathe in. Breathing out, lower the left heel until it's hovering just above the mat. Deep breath in. Deep breath out, lower that left heel all the way down. Bend your knees. Hug your knees into your chest. You're still on your back. Take your hands behind the knees and rock right on up to a seated position. So you're seated on your tailbone in the center of your mat, hands underneath the backs of your knees. Lift your toes till they're straight out of your knee socket. Point your toes away from your face. You can either keep lifting the chest and just sitting in Navasana with the use of your hands to hold your legs upright, or extend your arms forward. Knees can remain bent or legs can start to straighten out. Take a full breath in. Breath out, cross the ankles, hands come forward. Make your way back to downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale, shift forward, find that high plank. Exhale, lower all the way onto the belly. Inhale, low cobra, stretch the toes back. From low cobra, stretch the arms back. Shalabhasana, locust. Option here to interlace the fingers to the webbing behind you, stretching the knuckles in the same direction as the toes. Deep breath in, lift up through the heart, lift the legs up 1 inch higher. Exhale, palms underneath the shoulders, press all the way up into downward facing dog. In your down dog, adding on, but take a moment here to settle. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, right leg, sweep that up and back. Exhale, shift forward, find that three-legged high plank. Option to stretch the left arm forward. Replant that left palm. Bend your right knee, squeeze it towards the right tricep. Just for a moment, pause there. Re-extend that right leg up towards the ceiling. Bend the knee, open the hip. Three-legged dog with a twist. Re-extend right leg. Sweep that right foot forward and through the hands. Rise on up to an easy crescent lunge. And hands to the front ribs. Keep the ribs kind of packed in, torso stacking right down the midline of the body. Nice deep bend into your left knee. So pause there for a moment, press into your right foot. Slow and controlled, lower that left knee all the way to the mat. And then bring both hands inside of your front right foot. Make space for the hands by moving that right foot wide. And I take the ball mound of my foot off the yoga mat. The heel of the foot stays on the yoga mat. So my toes are turned at about a 45-degree angle. And then just wobble here side to side a little bit. You could stay here in this shape, or option to bend that left knee. You're rolling forward of the knee joint, so you're on the insert of the quadricep. Posting up into your left hand, so really vigorously press the floor away with your left palm as you bend that left heel towards the glute and sweep that right hand back. Again, it's optional to bind, so the hand might just simply catch the outside of the foot and you're binding with the hand to the foot, or you're energetically reaching the hand back even if they don't make contact. Whether or not your back hand and foot are making contact, keep pressing into your left hand. Think about lifting up and out of your right foot, your left hand, moving your chest forward. Big breath in. Big breath out. Bring the right hand back down to the mat. Curl the toes under. Step back to downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Second side, left leg, sweep that up and back. Exhale, shift forward, find that three-legged high plank. Option to bring your right knee down. Option to stretch your right arm forward. Just for a moment, hovering there. And then replant that right palm. Bend your left knee towards your left tricep. Inhale, press the floor away, re-extend your left leg up towards the ceiling. Bend the knee, open the hip. Deep breath in. And on your breath out, left foot sweeps forward, plant it up between the hands. Rise up to that simple crescent lunge. Hands on the front ribs. Start to bend into your right knee till it comes about halfway to the mat. Pause there. Keep packing those front ribs in. Keep your torso nice and straight. Slowly lower, right knee touches the ground. Pause here for a moment. Press the floor away, lift up and out of the waist. Take a deep breath in. And then deep breath out, two hands inside of that front left foot, and make space for the hands. Move that left foot out wide to the side. Add a little bit of movement here. I always like to kind of wobble side by side or side to side. And then I like to make a little bit more space by curling my right toes under and elongating the right leg. You can stay here just like this. This is a really great place to work strength and length on the quadricep and the hip flexor. Or you can bend that right knee, squeeze the heel towards the glute, press the floor away with the right hand. Option to sweep that left hand back. Option to bind. It's just an option. So maybe the hand catches the foot. If so, kick the foot into the hand. Turn the chest forward. Press the floor away. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. One more inhale here. Release that left hand inside of the left foot. Make your way back to downward facing dog. Pause there, big breath in. Breath out, shift forward, find your high plank. Knees up or down, lower yourself all the way to the floor. Come and find that easy Sphinx pose. Same thing we did at the beginning of class. Bend your right knee, squeeze that right heel towards the glute. Press through that left forearm, sweep your right hand back. You might bind the right hand to the outer right ankle. Otherwise, it's an energetic reach. Still great for building strength and length. If the hand has a hold of the foot, kick the foot into the hand, turn the chest forward, and press the floor away. One more breath in. Breath out, release that. Nice and easy Sphinx. Elbows kind of wide. Second side, you're going to press into your right forearm. Bend your left knee. Sweep that left hand back. You're either binding or you're just reaching. Without the bind, same thing. So really strong. If the hand does have a hold of the foot, kick the foot into the hand. Then turn the chest forward. Then stay active through that right shoulder. Press the floor away with the palm of the hand and the forearm. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Last inhale here. And nice and slow exhale, release. Palms underneath the shoulders. Press your way up to a seated position. Just briefly walk the hands to the thighs. Sit nice and tall and close the eyes. Okay, so blink the eyes open. Take a peek at me. This is what we've been building towards. We've been building towards a particular back bend called Dhanurasana. It's a prone back bend, which is so much harder to do because you're moving your body up away from gravity and you're using all of these back muscles. Okay, so this is where that opening, the length from the front body comes in handy, and this is why we want our cushion. So if you have your pillows, go ahead and stack them just right about in the center of the mat. And what I'm looking for here is these front hip points at the bottom edge of your cushions. Okay, so not the top edge, it's not down here. I want your cushion to support the full width of your belly. So you'll see when I come down onto this, my full belly and even the top of my ribs are supported by my cushion. Okay, so you're kind of like in that easy Sphinx pose again. Check out where your hip points are. They're at the very bottom edge of that. So that when you come forward, you're not rolling onto your belly and your chest is not coming forward. It's actually going to lift up. So you can try this with me or watch one time. We'll do it together. We'll do it together after I demo this, or you can try it with me twice. So first, bend both knees. Heels work towards the glutes. And if you know that there's less range of motion in your body, this is a great place to work. You can just press down into the hands, lift the chest away from the floor. Okay? So option number 1 without the bind. Option number 2, hands sweep back to the outer edges of the ankles. You catch a hold. And you've got this cushion here to press the belly into. Kick the feet into the hands, lift up through the chest. This probably feels pretty intense on the belly. That's normal. If you can, stay with it for one more breath. And then real slow, release. Now, in between these two sets, hands down, you can move back through child's pose. You can lift the hips and come into this kind of nice restorative down dog so the head can relax on the pillow or cushion, whatever you're using. We'll try that second round together. So again, bring the knees down if you were in down dog. Situate your sits bones at the bottom edge of your cushion. Come back to that easy Sphinx pose. Bend both of your knees. And if you did it before, sweep the hands back, grab the outer edges of the ankles, press the feet into the hands, lift the chest up. Take one breath in. And a breath out. Release. Now press up to hands and knees, sweep that bolster out of the way. Let's just come to child's pose here. And you can find extended child's pose, knees wide, arms forward if you like, or knees together, arms down alongside the body. So we'll transition now into our Shavasana. If there's anything that you need to take in the interim, like a supine twist on your back, go ahead. If you're ready for Shavasana, just lie down on your back. I always wish we had more time for a longer Shavasana, but you can always feel free to ignore the ending of class and just take your time there. And if you're in that interim transition, maybe you're doing a twist, be sure you do your second side before you settle into Shavasana. I'm going to sit upright and talk you through a brief 1-minute Shavasana today. You're more than welcome to sit upright as well if you'd like to have a seated meditation instead of lying down on your back. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, begin to close the eyes. Feel your shoulders relax away from your ears. Feel the length of your spine. Feel the weight of your body. Take a breath in through your nose. Open your mouth, exhale the air out. Let everything go, let everything rest. A few moments of silence together here. If you have more time to spare in your day, feel free to stay in your Shavasana or your meditation for as long as you can, as long as you like. If you need to move on, begin to deepen the breath, add movement gently into fingertips and toes. Move your head side to side. When you're ready for more, sweep the arms up and overhead, taking a breath in to the length of the body. And on an exhale, bend the knees. If you're on your back, roll off to a side. Find fetal position. Continue, press into your hands, rise up to a comfortable seat. Join your hands together at your heart. Bow your chin to your chest. Just pause here briefly to honor your effort and your practice. With reverence and gratitude to our teachers, past, present, future, to the teacher within your own heart. Namaste, everyone.